I'm Emma Donoghue. I'm an Irish writer. I live in Canada. I've got 2 small kids. Room is my 7th novel, and it's unlike anything I've done before. It's about Jack, who's 5 and lives in a locked room with his mother and thinks that that's the entire world. He's living in a locked room, which is in a converted shed in a back garden. Could be absolutely anywhere, and in a way, even though it's a very contemporary story in that it's got echoes from the headlines, it's also completely archetypal. It's the hero confined in a small world trying to break out. The idea for Room came to me all in one go. I saw at once that if I was to write a story about confinement and captivity from the child's point of view, in fact it would be more like, you know, science fiction or a journey from one world to another. It wouldn't be a sob story at all. I really wanted a book that would be as kind of inventive and unsentimental as children are. I drew a lot on my boy in particular, who was aged sort of 4 to 6 while I was writing the book. He's got a very, you know, pragmatic approach to the world, you know, sort of what can I play with, what can I work with, what is there? And so I really wanted to channel that. I found it very strange to write about motherhood and then mother, because I always felt I was a bad mother compared with the mother in the book, you know, that I'd be, you know, pouring all my love of children into this book, and then I'd say, leave me alone, I want to write. For Jack's voice, I really just channeled my own son, who's a very lively, rambunctious character, but the difference is I gave him an ideal mother. I tried to imagine a young woman who would somehow, when she found herself in this terrible situation of, you know, giving birth in confinement, that she would somehow manage to pull it off, to take this as her salvation and to say, I'm going to have as much fun and as much love and make a life as near normal as possible, in the absurd limits of an 11 by 11 foot space. They just seemed a natural pair, this very lively boy and this very kind of calm, nurturing mother who in a way they're a couple, and they're also buddies, and they have tensions as well, but I wanted to make a world which would feel whole, you know. They're really not feeling any lack. They are managing to give each other all the love they need, and yet we're so aware that there's so much else that they deserve. I decided to make the room small but livable. I knew it would be based on the garden shed, and I wanted to give them some daylight. But apart from that, I wanted everything to be very, you know, simple and basic. So I designed it on a home design website, and I mentally bought IKEA furniture for it. And I imagined the captor going through IKEA picking out pieces to equip this room with. And I wanted to make it a perfectly pleasant setup in that, you know, there's daylight through a skylight, and, you know, there's plenty of ventilation, and yet horribly arid because the mother and boy never get to leave the room. Today, I'm 5. I was 4 last night going to sleep in wardrobe, but when I wake up in bed in the dark, I'm changed to 5. Abracadabra. Before that, I was 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Was I minus numbers? Ma does a big stretch. Up in heaven, was I -1, -2, -3? Nah, she says, the numbers didn't start till you zoomed down. Through skylight, I say. You were all sad till I happened in your tummy. You said it. Ma leans out of bed now to switch on lamp. He makes everything light up, whoosh. I shut my eyes just in time, and then I open one a crack, then both. I cried till I didn't have any tears left, Ma tells me. I just lay here counting the seconds. How many seconds? I ask her. Millions and millions of them. No, but how many exactly? I lost count, says Ma. Then, I tell her, then you wished and wished on your egg till you got fat. She grins. I could feel you kicking. What was I kicking? Me, of course, says Ma. I always laugh at that bit. From the inside, boom, boom. Ma lifts her sleep t-shirt and makes her tummy jump. I thought, Jack's on his way. First thing in the morning, you slid out onto Rug with your eyes wide open. I look down at Rug now with her red and brown and black all zigging round each other. There's the stain that I spilled by mistake getting born. You cutted the cord and I was free, I tell Ma, and then I turned into a boy. Actually, you were a boy already. She gets out of bed now and goes up to thermostat to hot the air. I don't think he came last night after 9, because the air is always different if he came. I don't ask, because Ma doesn't like saying about him. Tell me, Mr. 5, she says, would you like your present now or after breakfast? What is it? What is it? I know you're excited, Jack, she says, but remember not to nibble your finger. Germs could sneak in the hole. To sick me, like when I was 3 with throw up and diarrhea? Even worse than that, says Ma. Germs could make you die. And go back to heaven early? You're still biting on it. She pulls my hand away. Sorry, I sit on the bad hand. Call me Mr. Five again. So, Mr. Five, she says, birthday present now or later? I jump onto Rocker to look at watch. He says 7:14. I can skateboard on Rocker without holding on to her, and then I whee back onto Duvet and I'm snowboarding instead. When are presents meant to open? Either way would be fun. Will I choose for you? Asks Ma. Now I'm 5, I have to choose.